Welcome to my webinar, Empowering Your Professional Life with LinkedIn. The agenda for this webinar is Introduction, What is LinkedIn, Why use LinkedIn, Profile Setup, Networking, Job Search, Cross-skilling, Reskilling, and Upskilling for the digital world, and Conclusion. Introduction. Who am I? My name is Jose Hernandez. I currently work as a support engineer at Microsoft. I've been working at Microsoft as a full-time employee for over 3 years now, and before that, I worked there as a contractor for a year and a half. So I've been there for about 4.5 years now. And from overall my career, I've been in the IT industry for over 15 years now. So why am I doing this webinar? Well, as you just heard, I work in IT. So I don't work in HR, I don't work in recruiting, I am an IT guy. And so I'm doing this webinar just to give back to the community. I just want to share my experience using LinkedIn and hope that someone out there, such as yourself watching, gains some benefits from it. What is LinkedIn? LinkedIn is a social media platform. You know about Instagram and Facebook. Well, I like to say that LinkedIn is the Facebook for professionals. You can do many of the things that you do on Facebook on LinkedIn, but it's geared towards professionals. If we go to this link here in the PowerPoint, this goes directly to the LinkedIn website, and LinkedIn identifies itself as the world's largest professional network on the internet. So you can see also, if we go to this other link, Business News Daily, of what LinkedIn is. You just create professional resume-like profiles that allow other members to learn about their business background, expertise, the groups that they belong to, and etc. So LinkedIn, a tool for professionals, and similar to Facebook, but for professionals. So why use LinkedIn? So if we go back to that link that we were looking at earlier, you can look at some numbers here. LinkedIn currently has more than 160 million members in the United States. So this is about half the population in the United States. You can see here that it includes executives from 92% of Fortune 500 companies, and 77% of recruiters are on LinkedIn. So those are some pretty big numbers there. Now, if you look at LinkedIn compared to other job board websites such as Career Builder, you can see that on these websites, it's going to be very much all the same stuff. They're not going to offer as much as LinkedIn. So for Career Builder, jobs, resume, salary advice, and then for employers to post jobs. If we go to monster.com, we're going to see something similar. Jobs, resume, salary tools, resume help, career advice for employers. Let's go to indeed.com. Jobs, company reviews, salaries, upload your resume for employers. So while all these websites are really good tools when you're looking for a job, they're not tools geared for the professional. They're not going to help you connect with people. They're not going to help you showcase yourself. That is where LinkedIn will allow you to do that. These websites are good for job hunting, but LinkedIn gives you more tools for the professional. So why use LinkedIn? You can learn on LinkedIn. That is a paid feature though. You can make connections and communicate with existing people like colleagues from college. And then you can connect with new people. You can showcase yourself with we'll show you your profile that looks like a digital resume. You can find and apply for jobs, and you can participate in relevant groups. Now, this is just a few of the things that you can do on LinkedIn, but I really, really encourage people to use LinkedIn as it's a really good tool for professionals. And that's for any field. It's not just for IT people such as myself, but it's really for any field out there. Profile setup. Now, when you're setting up your profile for LinkedIn, the first thing that you want to make sure that you get done is getting a profile photo. Now, the profile photo is really important. Think about it with other social media platforms when people add you on Facebook. If they don't have a profile photo or it's an odd photo, then you're less likely to want to converse or connect with that person, right? Same thing goes for here on LinkedIn. So if I click on this LinkedIn link on the PowerPoint, you can see here that LinkedIn says that members with a profile photo get up to 21 more profile views than members without. So you can see that that's pretty important to get a profile photo up there. I've also included a link here. Now we're not going to go through all the details, but I did include a link here for the 10 tips for picking the right LinkedIn profile photo. Let's take a moment to look at my profile photo. Most will agree that it's a professional looking photo. Now, believe it or not, I took this photo with my iPhone and with a ring light. You know, those ring lights that teenagers use for creating TikToks? That's what I used at home. And the ring light, you can get one as cheap as probably 10 bucks on Amazon. And then use a phone and just get the right angle. So this looks like a professional photo, but I just took it at home, and that's the wall behind me. And so, how do you know if it's going to be a good photo or not? You can use a website called Photo Feeler. And in this website, you can see here that I submitted my photo for review. And I had 149 people tell me on average that I look competent. That's good. On average, good. A little bit below average, unlikable, but this is a professional website. I'm not really, it shouldn't be, that's not as important. We want competent people, right? And then for influential, average. And then they give you some notes. Looks a bit intense. Okay, so I probably should have smiled more. Seems a bit unprofessional. Not really sure on that comment. A bit too close. Maybe I could have backed up. Great photo, great photo. Aggressive, not sure. But you can see here you get notes, you get scores. So this is a good tool to get, decide if you have a good photo. Let's look at some photos on LinkedIn. And let's see, to give you probably an idea of what not to put, if it will load. So you see this guy's profile photo. He has a background there. It looks like he's in an office. It's okay, I guess, but it could be better. This guy's in a car. No, don't do that. Don't use that photo. This, professional looking, yes. This with the tree, no, it should be more focused on you. Your face should be clear. So you can see here where this guy doesn't even have a photo. This guy's on a couch at home. This is a no for me. This is really a no. The tree in the background, the outfit, yes. This is the outfit good, but is that a closet that he's in? So you can tell what I mean. Solid background. This is good. This is good. You can see his face, solid background. This one's okay. I like his outfit. The background's blurred. This one, he's at a lake. So you can get the gist of what I mean. So make sure that you have a professional profile, and make sure to go back and look at these links here that I provided to help you get a good profile photo. Now, the next item for your profile setup is a background photo. Again, make sure it's professional. Let's go back to my profile. You can see here that my background photo is customer focused. So you can tell when you look at my profile, oh, he's probably customer focused, or that's what he's about. Next item, headline section. So here I recommend that you put your company, the title at your company that you're working for now, and what the name of the company is, and then just a one-liner of what you do there. So I empower IT professionals with advisory, break fix, and disaster recovery of their Active Directory environment. So this, who am I, where do I work, and what do I do? Your about section. For your about section, you can include some fluff. You can say I'm passionate about reading and this is what I'm reading about, but try to keep it to the point. Keep it 2 or 3 lines. You can put some acronyms in there of specific terms, but you can see here I put customer focused and results driven IT professional with over 15 years experience in doing XYZ on XYZ and then XYZ. So you can see that I'm saying that I have experience, what I'm about, and what I experience doing. So that's what you should include in your about section also. So for experience, This is the part that kind of looks like a resume. So you want to just basically put your titles, if it was a full-time position or a contract position, the time you start there, describe what you do there. If you have any accomplishments there, put that in there also. So you can see I've had several positions in my career. For education, education, licenses, certs, volunteering, recommendation, interests. Okay, so in all these sections, I meant to tell you that you can add it via this little link right here, add profile section, or you can use these little pins or pencils there to add. So scrolling down my profile, I added my education, I added licenses and certifications, I added my volunteer experience. Skills and endorsements, I've really never used it much, but it's there, so you can Google about it if you want more information. For recommendations, I do recommend that you ask your previous coworkers, previous managers, people that you've worked with, ask for recommendations. You can see that I have 40 recommendations here. This just showcases who I am. It gives me credibility to the business community when people look at my page, or even when I use my page to apply to jobs. Prospective employers can see, oh, wow, Jose has 40 recommendations. Let's see what people say about working with him. Okay, maybe we should consider this candidate more. Accomplishments, don't really use that one too much. And interest, you can see some of the interests that I've selected for my profile. So if I was a hiring manager or an employer looking to hire myself, I could see, oh, this is what this person's interested in. This is the recommendations that this person has received. This is, oh, they like to volunteer their time. Okay. This is the certs and licenses that they have, and etc. So when you're filling out your profile, the goal is to get an all-star rating for your profile. Once you reach all-star, then you're good. It's all-star is nothing more than you just having fully completed your profile. So make sure that you have a fully completed profile. And again, you can use this link right here to add to sections, or you can use the little pencil or pen icon to add as you go. And the last thing for your profile setup is settings and privacy. Once you get everything filled in your profile, I highly encourage you all to take 10-20 minutes to go to click on me and then click on settings and privacy. There's a lot of settings here. Look at all that settings. There's a lot of settings here that I really, really, really encourage you all to take some time and set for yourself. This is going to cover preferences, signing in and security, communications, what information is shown, if you want it public to everyone, or if you just want it to people who you're connected with. I really, really encourage you all to go through all these things. We're not going to go through it all together on this webinar, but I do encourage you to take the time. And we will be visiting this again. You'll see one of the reasons why I highly encourage it here shortly. All right, networking. So all of these items here will be shown here when I click on my network. So these items right here are basically the same in this list right here. And I'm just going to quickly go through each of them. You can see here that I have 1905 of connections. These are how many people I'm connected with. Now, if I want to add more connections, I definitely encourage you all to start with friends, start with people who you've worked with in the past. Use those first to connect. You can click on my network, and then you can then scroll down here and click more options, or you can click on connections and then more options again here, and then you can use Gmail, Yahoo, Outlook, AOL, send an invite or even upload to do your to get connected with folks. So I go back to my network, and then for teammates, you can stipulate the people that you're connected with who you work with currently. Contacts. These contacts, I believe they come from people on your Facebook, people who you've connected with through other means. So these are just contacts that are saved from Facebook and from other sources, and then you can invite them to connect with you on LinkedIn. People I follow, these are basically people on LinkedIn that you follow. You can see here that I have followed some big names. Satya, the CEO of Microsoft, Bill Gates. Groups, it's really just the same thing as like Facebook groups. Choose locate groups in the search bar that you are interested in, and then you can join them and get group information. Events, same sort of like Facebook events where you can create and join other events. Pages, same thing as Facebook pages. Find things of interest, follow them. Newsletters, there's digital newsletters that you can follow on LinkedIn, so you can search and subscribe. And then hashtags. You can also follow certain hashtags, but these I'm not going to really get into. The key thing is to establish your connections. Connect with ex-coworkers, friends, other business people that you do business with. You can even stipulate your teammates there, and then add people from your contacts from Facebook and other sources. So these are the main ones up here for your network. All right, job search. So let's go to this link here for job search. You can see that LinkedIn has over 3 million job listings on LinkedIn. That's a lot, right? So I'm going to go ahead and talk about this job search function here at the top of the navigation bar for looking for a job. Now you can see some notes that I included here. Use the filters, job alerts, making sure to upload your resume to the job application settings before job hunting. You'll see why in just a few minutes. This is going to save you a lot of time. And then email blast your resume. I'll talk about that here momentarily also. So again, jobs at the top navigation bar. Here you can search by title, skill, or company, and then location. So say I was looking for a graphic design opportunity in, let's see, in Irving, Texas, where I live, right? Irving, Texas. So then I see that there's 151 listings, and then I can use these filters at the top to further navigate down. Now, one of the filters that I like to use is the easy apply. So I can use my profile to apply to the position, my LinkedIn profile. So if I click on, let's see, this one right here, and then I can use this easy apply with LinkedIn. So then if I click on it, it basically shows my contact information. I click next, and then I can upload my resume, and then I click next, and then I answer their question. Now, each employer could have different questions here, so you need to make sure to read them. I'm going to select no for that one, and then I can review my selections, my contact information, my resume, and then I can follow their page to stay current. I can uncheck that if I want, and then I can submit my application, and I'm done. Now, that's just a few clicks just to apply. That's amazing, right? Some job websites you have to type in all your information repeatedly. Now, let's go to another position, and then this one. Same steps. Easy apply because I use the filter at the top. I click easy apply. My contact information I confirmed. I then upload my resume, and then I click next. I answer their questions. Again, you can see that they have different questions as the other employer. Then I can review it. I can decide to follow them, and then I can submit my application. That's just a few clicks. Now, having to upload your resume multiple times can be time consuming, right? That's just an extra click that you really don't need to do. So let's go back to my profile. I'm going to show you a little trick. You go to me, Now this goes back to what I was telling you earlier about settings and checking all these settings. We click data privacy and job seeking preferences. And then I can click this right here, this job application settings. This is where you will be able to upload your resume and use the same resume for all those jobs. So upload resume. Now this is going to be the resume that will show up automatically, and I can just click next, next, next. So now that I have it uploaded, I go back to the jobs, graphic designer, easy apply. You see here that it has the search filter. It remembered it for me. So let's do a different employer, this one. Easy apply, contact information, good. Oh, there's the resume right there. I don't even need to do anything. Just click next. And then answer the employer's questions. And then more questions. And then review and submit. That's really, really easy. So definitely take advantage of using the filters at the top. Make sure to pre-upload your application, your resume, excuse me, so that you can automatically set the resume whenever you're applying to positions. Now there's also something else that you can do, and that being turning on job alerts. You see here how I search for graphic designer in Irving. If I turn on this alert, then I can choose when I'm going to get notified for positions, daily, weekly, and do I want email or do I want notifications when I'm in the app, or both. So this is a really good tool to use for being notified about future positions. So that's really the job functionality. The app is just as easy too. But again, make sure you upload your resume beforehand. That way it makes all the selections really, really easy when you're looking and applying for jobs on the LinkedIn website. Now, the last thing that I want to talk about was the email blast of your resume. Now, when you're on LinkedIn and you have a nicely filled out application or form, excuse me, when you have a nice filled out LinkedIn page, you're going to be getting messages from random people. And you just need to save the ones that are relevant to you, and then you can delete the other ones. For instance, this guy is a recruiter. He's looking for a position. This was, earlier this last month, and he talks about a position that he's looking for. So he's clearly a recruiter. So what I would recommend is take his email address and his name and save it in a spreadsheet. Save it. You can definitely get their contact information and save it. Now I'll tell you why in a minute. Here's another one. Looking for a position. He's a recruiter. Got his name. Got his email address. So then once you have a whole list of email addresses, you can, from your personal email address, when you are in need of a job, from your personal email, you can email out your resume as an email blast. So say this right here is the um, what you see when you compose an email. The to field, the CC field, the BCC, and the subject and the body. So what I recommend is from your email, in the to, you put your own email address. Then in the CC field, leave blank. And in the BCC field, which means blind carbon copy, that means nobody who receives this will know that you sent it to other people. So you put all those email addresses here in the BCC. Then you can put in the subject, looking for opportunities. Hey, good afternoon. I'm looking for opportunities in the XYZ field. Here's my resume. Please let me know if you or someone in your network is looking for someone with my skill sets. Attach your resume and send it out. In today's day and age, the recruiters are there to help us find jobs, so use them. So that's why I say to save out their contact information in a spreadsheet and then use that later on when you're in need for a job. I hope that helped you out. So moving on. Skill plus plus plus. I say plus 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 because cross skilling. Say you're a graphic designer and you want to get skills in video production, so you're cross skilling. Reskilling, say that you are a graphic designer, but you need to know the more modern techniques. What are people doing now with graphic design? Reskilling and upskilling. What if you are a graphic designer, but you're not making good money in your field, so you need to upskill to a different uh, job so that you can find work. So upskilling for the digital world. So recently, this year, Microsoft has announced an initiative with empowering people with reskilling. You can see here on June 30th that Microsoft launches an initiative to help 25 billion people worldwide acquire skills for the needed for the COVID economy. So in this blog, Microsoft talks about what the problem is and how Microsoft is going to help by doing this. And Microsoft set up a tool called opportunity.linkedin.com. Now, I really encourage any of you who would like to learn a new skill, who would like to find a job in the digital world, to use this website. This it will be available until I believe March. What does Microsoft say? March 20. Yeah, to help people pursue jobs in these areas, we make LinkedIn learning paths aligned with each of these roles available free of charge through the end of March 21. To yeah, March 2021. So, on this LinkedIn website, you can see that it's a three-step process. It's a three-step process here. So start learning. So Microsoft identified using LinkedIn information, Microsoft identified these roles right here as the roles that have the top um, openings on LinkedIn. So software development, sales representative, project manager, IT administrator, data analyst, IT help support, digital marketer, customer service specialist, financial analyst, graphic designer. So you can easily, from any of these, you can study for free. So say I want to be a graphic designer, start learning. I click on it, and then it talks to me about it. Look at that. It had over 355 job openings on LinkedIn for a graphic designer. So then I can start the learning path. It basically, when you start the learning path, you watch all these videos, online content for free from Microsoft, well, LinkedIn, which is owned by Microsoft. So you learn all this content, and then once you learn all the content, then it talks about searching for a job. And so you basically use the tool that the jobs tool to locate a job. You can also, it says to let people know that you're open to work. So on your LinkedIn profile, you can click, let's go back to mine. You can click this section right here, show recruiters you're open to work. So you're able to fill out this information, what you're looking for pay, what benefits, what area, your schedule, what kind of hours, and then here, recruiters only. So I know people are concerned, well, I don't want my current employer to know that I'm out looking for a job. How does LinkedIn protect me from that? Well, you can make your open to work only available to LinkedIn recruiters. So they can't guarantee complete privacy, but it will definitely help with privacy. And then you can make it available to all LinkedIn members. And then please take the time to learn more about your privacy. Go through the settings and privacy section so you can make sure that you're sharing only what you want to share. So yeah, this talks about letting people know that you're open to work, setting up the alerts that way we talked about earlier, making sure your profile is fully completed so that you can stand out. And it really gives you, here again, 21 times more views when having a photo. So I really encourage you guys to go to this website and read all the details that it has to offer. So it talks about using your network, friends and family. We've talked about that earlier. Reaching out to past coworkers and classmates. Asking for a referral if you know somebody, say you want to work at Target. Ask, Find out if you know somebody that works at Target and get a referral. There's a higher chance, nearly 4 times more likely of getting a job if you get a referral. Let's see. So also there's these free videos, explore free online courses. So people getting laid off, how to manage when you're feeling overwhelmed, writing a resume. Because remember, you saw that I uploaded my resume. How do you write a resume? Well, here you go. So there's a bunch of free courses here. And yeah, you can see here that there's more information. I mean, there's so much, this website has a wealth of information. So search and apply for jobs, prepare for interviews. We all have filler words. I can even improve on speaking with people, and I do a lot, and so I can work on that, and I can even record interview questions and get instant feedback on interview responses. You can see here build confidence by privately practicing your answers for top 26 behavioral interview questions. Learn if you're speaking too fast, which I probably spoke way too fast throughout this entire thing, and using filler words like So I know that there's room for improvement in me. And so this is a good tool for everybody else, including myself, to use. Even though I'm not interviewing, I could still use this to help me improve on communicating. So again, this is opportunity.linkedin.com. It's Microsoft's initiative to reskill, cross-skill, upskill people for the digital world. I definitely encourage you all to participate in this. Again, that free content is until March 2021. And I do have the link here. And again, here's the link for the blog that you can definitely get details. So, conclusion. I really, really hope that there was something of value that you got from this webinar. Please, if you have questions, you can reach out to me on my LinkedIn, or you can email me. You can put in the subject LinkedIn webinar. That way I know that you're coming from this webinar. I also do encourage you all to use the LinkedIn Help website. This has a lot of information. So that's linkedin.com/help/LinkedIn. Has a lot of information here for getting started, known issues, managing your account, building your profile, messaging. Like, it's going to give you way more information than I was able to give you on this webinar. So please be resourceful, use this tool, and even use Google to get some of your questions answered. But please feel free to reach out to me too. I hope that you benefit from something shared in this course or this webinar, excuse me, and please reach out to me if you have any questions. Again, my name is Jose Hernandez.